All right, folks, you are looking at the beautiful new Chevy Malibu. Believe it or not, that beautiful car will get over 30 miles to the gallon. One of the many, many fine vehicles from the Chevrolet Motor Division of General Motors. Dennis Slater is here, the Chevy King of the Bay Area. How are you today, buddy?
Just great, just great.
We need to put on our University Chevrolet tank tops if it gets any hotter out here. This is brutal today, isn't it?
Hot. It's real hot.
But the only thing hotter than the weather is the car we were just looking at. Talk about what's going on at University Chevrolet and this beautiful Malibu you brought with us today.
We're going to go back to our showcase here in a second, but first I want to tell you that we about 3 weeks ago we showed some new product that was coming out and said that 010 Equinox was due sometime in June.
Right.
Well, General Motors is so excited about it, they literally brought us the car yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
The local rep brought the car in, showed it to all the salespeople, wanted them to drive it, and then we're going to start seeing them in about 2 or 3 weeks. So that's kind of good. They're approaching things a little differently now.
And the Equinox you were telling me is going from a small SUV to a crossover this year.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're going to have that one here in about 2 weeks, maybe.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. I might be looking at one of those myself.
Yeah, but for our showcase today, we've got the Malibu.
All right.
Anita's here to do another one of her world-renowned walk-arounds.
All right.
And actually, she told me that she checked her instant mileage on the way over, and it was at 39 miles per gallon.
Holy cow. Anita Webb, come on up here and tell us all about this beautiful new 2009 Chevy Malibu. I know it's an incredibly safe car. I think it was the safest car in its class. It got the highest award possible for all the airbags and so forth.
Yes, it did. It actually has a 5-star safety rating. Last year is when we changed our model style, and that's actually when it won the North American Car and Driver Car of the Year, J.D. Power's Best Buy of the Year. And this year it actually just went out on U.S. News and World Reports at top 10 for reliability. So it continues to win a lot of awards. The great thing about the Malibu, if you notice, this one in the red package actually has a very sporty look, but it can also be a family sedan. So you can still be a soccer mom, but look great while you're driving it.
You know, I rode in one of these a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, boy, this is a really quiet car. And I guess there's a special lamination on the glass that helps seal out road noise. A great feature.
Yes. Yeah, it's also dual tempered, so it's also very safe. If you were in an impact, it actually dices, so that way you don't have jagged pieces breaking into the passenger seat or driver's seat.
That's always good. Let's take a look inside here. I love the seats in this. If you've got, is it suede and leather? That's a pretty cool look. What do they call that?
It's actually an Ultralux.
Ultralux.
And again, part of the sports car feature, if you take a look there on the steering column, this has Corvette technology of a tap shift. So you can actually put it in manual mode when you're driving and go through and shift through your 6 gears.
Right up there. It's the paddle shifters, just like on the Indy race cars.
Right.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, for maximum fuel economy, though, you'd probably want to keep it in regular drive, wouldn't you?
Right. As Dennis was saying, you can actually top out at 39 on the highway if you're a careful driver. This comes equipped with a vehicle information center. You can actually scroll through, and again, that's on the steering column where you see info. You can actually see your instant gas mileage. I have a similar feature on my Chevy product that I drive. Since I started driving in the instant gas mileage mode, I actually increased my gas mileage by 5 miles to the gallon over the past year, because it actually shows you your driving habits. So you can see where you're maybe gassing a little bit too much and you don't need to be.
Well, yeah, and especially like if you're accelerating away from a stoplight a little too quickly, you'll see that instant mileage go down pretty quick.
Correct.
So you've got trip computer on there, information center. How about some of the standard features? I know a lot of things that used to be optional on cars, power locks, power windows, rear defroster. That's standard now, and the focus is really on a lot of the technology.
Correct. That vehicle information center is standard, as well as the OnStar free for a year with turn-by-turn navigation, and both of them actually does a vehicle diagnostic for you. Your vehicle information center tells you when it's time to go in for an oil change. It tells you all 4 tire pressures. The OnStar will send you a monthly diagnostic telling you everything, even tire rotation. If you get a flat tire or anything, it tells you immediately on the vehicle as well as the OnStar system.
So this tells you when the oil needs to be changed.
Yes.
This tells you if you've got a low tire.
Right.
So, and that helps you keep your car in better shape longer. You take better care of it. These will last for a long, long time. What else are some of the features that we've got here? I see, is that real wood trim? What do we got going on up there?
You have wood grain. You also have a standard CD player with XM radio, good for 90 days.
Right.
2-tone interior.
I understand that some of the body gaps, again, the focus really nowadays is on the technology and the quality. I understand some of the body gaps on this car are to within the tolerance is to within 1 millimeter. That's amazing.
Correct. Yeah, you can actually see that also gives it a sleek design and the European look.
Yeah. And what else have we got here in regard to the engine and so forth? This is a 4-cylinder, I believe we have today.
This is the 4-cylinder, and this actually comes with variable valve timing and direct injection. And with that variable valve timing, it actually allows gas to burn less quickly, so it also saves you on your fuel economy.
That's good. And again, it's, just a few years ago, that was considered something only a high-end car would have. General Motors has taken that, they're mass producing it, and they're using things that we used to see in the higher-end cars and using it to really help us today with the better fuel economy and even better performance, too.
Right. And as far as performance goes, it gets 169 horsepower still.
Wow. And that's with the 4-cylinder?
With the 4-cylinder. Now, you can get a V6, and it actually goes up to 252.
It does?
Yes.
And what about available transmissions? I know basically the more gears you have, the better mileage you're going to get.
Correct. Yeah, it is available in a 4, but most people typically get the 6-speed automatic transmission because that's where you get your best fuel economy.
All right, Anita Webb, you've sold me on this. Dennis,
You do a great job.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. A beautiful car. Oh, one thing I forgot to ask: what's the starting price on this?
$24,000 is the starting price on this. This has some options on it. I think the MSRP is $27,602.
Wow, not too bad, not too bad. And like I said, it's a beautiful car and a great ride, and available at University Chevrolet. Tell us where you're located. Sell us here. We got about what, Mark? 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
About 30 seconds left.
11300 North Florida Avenue, underneath the big American flag.
So just look for the big flag, and there you go.
That's great.
Dennis, thank you so much for being here.
Again. We'll see you
All right, and Anita, nice.